Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. Well, I trust you enjoyed my video from Barbra Streisand last time. What an amazing voice this lady has. As I looked at the song Send in the Clowns. And in that video I considered the fact that sometimes we need to consider the effect that we have on those around us. And so I trust you found that an encouragement. Well, we go from her to singer-songwriter who's been around. His career started back in 1964. So he's been around for a long, long time. And that is the all-round entertainer Barry Manilow. Now Barry, through his career, has had 31 studio albums and he's sold over 75 million albums, making him one of the most successful, highest selling artists of all time. So he certainly does have a place in the music industry and has become extremely successful. As part of his career, he's received 2 Emmy Awards and he's also received a Grammy Award. In 1980, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and in 2002, he was inducted into the Songwriting Hall of Fame. So he certainly has had a stellar career and certainly is a guy that we need to talk about in this series. There's one song in particular, I'll get onto another song in a second, but there's in particular a song I wanted to get onto today. This is probably his signature tune. And although he is a prolific singer-songwriter in his own right, Bruce Johnson wrote this song. And the song I'm talking about is I Write the Songs. Now, when you originally think of that title, I Write the Songs, you think, well, the guy's being a bit arrogant, writing songs the whole world sings and all the rest. But he's not talking about himself. He's talking about music. Music is the thing that writes the songs and makes a young girl cry. I am music and I write the songs. So he's not talking about himself, he's talking about music, this incredible force called music that writes the songs. He talks about the fact that there's rock and roll and there's dancing, and music has just got this thing that unites us together. And I suppose this is the thing I just want to talk about today, is the fact that I suppose over 5 years ago now, I started this series on reflecting on life through music, and I started off by writing these posts. You might have heard me talk about this before, but when we started getting to the end of the D's, which I was alphabetically going through my iTunes list, I thought, well, I could do these as videos. So hence I moved to video, and I suppose I've done a few in this series now, which has been pretty cool. And it's always good, I believe, just to challenge yourself a little bit, to be able to talk, perhaps without notes, and see where it goes. So for me, music has been a massive inspiration to me, a massive inspiration. What is it about music that brings us together? What is it about music that unites us? What it is about music that touches the very depths of our souls, the very depths of our beings? We get moved by melodies. We rock onto rhythms. We get carried away by full-blown rock songs where we just have to move and go crazy. We get moved by beautiful love song ballads, which just touches in places that we just would not be able to go to otherwise. We talk about our songs. We play songs at funerals that have meant something to us. Couples have an our song, or they may remember a concert they went to where they were just blown away by the music. For me, I remember growing up, I remember seeing the band ELO Part 2. That was a band that I suppose carried on Jeff Lynne's legacy in such a respectful way. That was an amazing concert for me to see. I remember seeing Aussie band Icehouse and Aussie band Cold Chisel. and then going to see big orchestras and just getting blown away with how so many instruments on stage can produce such a beautiful sound. This is the great thing about music. It tells stories. But it doesn't just tell stories with words, it tells stories by captivating us in our innermost beings and captivating us in places where perhaps other things can't. Music just has this way of engaging with us. And thank goodness for love, because so many songs have been written about love, whether it's love that's going really well, or love that's getting a bit erotic, or love that's breaking up. There's just so many songs about love, and as I suppose as love is such a powerful, potent force in our lives, music also is such a powerful and potent force in our lives. And so, the two kind of go hand in hand a little bit. What are your favourite bands, your favourite artists? Songs that you really resonate with? I'd love to see some comments below about what are some of your favourite songs. You'll probably notice in my playlist I did a 13 video series on the Electric Light Orchestra, and yes, I do love Jeff Lynne and the songs that he's written, so I just had to give them a bit more space than I normally would. I also like classical music. I love the way that just engages with just my emotions, the way the music just captivates us and moves us. But what are some of your favourite bands, and why do these songs resonate with us so much? Music is just a wonderful force of nature, and I think as human beings our lives have been enriched because of music. The way it just sweeps us away into a moment and may take us back to times of sweet memories. Music just has a way of doing that. And I think Brian Johnson, when he wrote the song I Write the Songs, which Barry Manilow has made very, very famous. I think, we think about Barry Manilow, we think about this song. Brian Johnson got this. And he sees how this force of nature called music moves us. It moves us into incredible places. And so he just had to write about it. So why is it for you that music moves you? Why does music move you as it does? I'd love to see some comments below on that. And certainly for me, I suppose, music has inspired me so much, and I do play a little bit myself. It has inspired me so much that I have to do this music series on it, I suppose, to acknowledge and pay tribute to not just the songs, but the incredible artists and also the incredible songs that they brought to the world. So that's why I brought this series, I suppose, and thank you for being with me over all this time. Well, I trust that will be an encouragement for you today. Well, on to the clips today. We do have Mandy. This is, I suppose, the song where Barry Manilow talks about. This is the song that introduced him to the world and the world to him. And so we have to have a version of that one. Such an incredible melody and a beautiful performance of that one. I can't quite tell when it was, but it's the typical Barry Manilow performance, which is such a compelling thing. And he does have a wonderful voice, Barry Manilow. He can sing really, really well and certainly has an incredible range about him. I then also have got, and you've got to have I Write the Songs. And this was performed on the Graham Norton show. He's a guy in the UK. And Barry is looking a little bit older here. I think he's probably around 70 at this point. And of course he has been around since 1964. So, it's a long career. And even though he's starting to age a little bit and all the rest of it, this is a true blue live performance, and he nails this performance really, really well. He can't get up to quite as high as he used to, but that's okay. The quality of his voice is still there, which has made Barry Manilow one of the most successful selling artists of all time. So the links to both of those songs are in the descriptions below. I've also, by the way, put my commentary from the last time from Barbra Streisand. So if you want to recap on that one, feel free, the link is there as well. Well, that's it for today. I trust this video has been encouragement for you as we consider the power of music in our lives. And if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for those who have subscribed, and if you have come back for another video, thank you very much for staying with me. That's fantastic. I appreciate you very, very much indeed. Well, next time we go to one of the few bands, I think, particularly in the 1970s, who had a mania. The Beatles had a mania, and yes, we're going to be coming up to them soon. I'm not sure how I'm going to do them yet, because they are, they are the Beatles. ABBA had a mania, and these 5 guys from Scotland with their tartan, and they certainly had a mania because they were screaming fans wherever they went. So until then, I catch you around.